Thanks for joining me, everybody. Shuko here, and we're going to be doing some orb farming. Apparently I was muted up to now, so I'm going to repeat a few little things. But orb farming is a bonus that's going to be ending about tomorrow, I'd say. Maybe the day after. Sometimes the timings and time zones and stuff vary. But there's bonus items that you can get by farming these, and they're really worthwhile. So, to start, you would talk to Shimo and Shami, particularly Shami, and you see that he has exchange options. I've stored many with him, of all the different kinds of seals. But the seals that we're looking for this are Sacred Kindred Crests, Macrocosmic Orb, and then we're going to hit him up again. And then we're going to go to High Kindred Crests and get a Zelos Orb. Now one is 30 and one is 20. They both have pretty unique rewards right now. So I'm going to show you my favorite place to farm. We might actually do a couple just to make sure we get the Rem's Tails. Alright, so where would be a first good one I have access to? It'd probably be the Cubiaria in Fayen. At least I think so. So, I have the items, and this is one of the spots that I can use a Macrocosmic Orb. But, there's a reason. Now, in my 24-hour stream, I wanted to give out the account. I had selected a person and a backup person in case something had came up with communications or the person didn't want it. And so the first prize person, I contacted them, and they said, I haven't been playing Final Fantasy for about 6 months, and I would be afraid that the account wouldn't get used, so I would like it if you made content with it. And then I said, well, that's really sweet, but I do have a backup person chosen, so I'm going to contact them and see if they want it first. And so then I reached out to them, and they had said, I already have 5 Final Fantasy XI accounts. I'm not interested in another one. So, for long story short, I still have Ra near. And even though I've been playing some Final Fantasy 16, I have gotten some things done on Ra, let's put it that way. So, let's switch over to her, shall we? We're going to bring her over to this zone so she can get some of these items because she needs them way more than Shuko does. First thing first, I just want to make sure she's on a white mage, just in case things go bad. But I've unlocked a few jobs, done a bit of power leveling for sub-jobs, etc. I still want to level up her thief before the event ends. And yeah, definitely that thief and finish off Dancer. But for now, let's do white mage, black mage. And let's get her out there. Let's shoot rah-rah and invite. Oh, no. I need to trade my macrocosmic orb. I'm just trying to interact with it. When you do this, two are going to show up. There's one with giants. And then there's one with Fomar. So Demolition Squad is the one with the giants. And one of them can charm. And then the Fomar one of them I think is a summoner. Both kind of suck. But I'll take the summoner over the Fomar. Let's move up just a little bit. I'm not going to be able to summon Trust right away. Yeah, the Dark Knight, the Warrior, the Monk, and I think one of them might be a Red Mage. I could be mistaken. They can also skill chain you and stuff too. It's no fun. So let's see how rusty I am on this fight, right? Just gotta wait a little bit before I can summon my Trusts. One little trick if you're multi-boxing is you can have the player that's not summoning the Trust do the invite and then change leader. But unfortunately, I'm a little too late for that. Hey, Scubaru. So we're going to pull out Arc TT and see if he can sleep him. I don't think it's going to go so well, but we're going to find out, right? Oh, one last thing I forgot. We are going to make Rara the Quartermaster, so all the overflow goes to them. I'm gonna finish him with a climactic, which is coming on cooldown now. Whop. Nice little darkness there. On to the last one. Easy peasy. So at that point, you're gonna see a lot of different prizes. Rem's Tails, Age, Bailed Box, X Gambarias. Oh, is that HQ? I'm gonna have to take a look at that. I might have just made a lot of money. Then you gotta open up the chest to kick you out. And then I get a couple direct drop Rem's Tales Chapter 3s as well, even though I have all the equipment going over and everything going over to Rara. So that was a VD, brothers. That's a Rem's Tale Chapter 3 one. We'll switch over to Rara real quick and take a look at some of the loot. Looks like I ended with 2 Rems 5s, 6 Rems 3s, 3 2s, and 4 1s. Some Leaf Stone +2, whatever, no big deal there. Corvine Obduration, that's trash, that's level 99 stuff. 1 HMP, woohoo. A Riftborn, Ice Fellwell, Phoenix Feather, Carapace Gorget. I'm probably just going to sell that for Gil. Hex Gambarias, Hex Gauntlets. I don't know. We're going to have to see if I can turn those into anything. This looks like more of a blacksmith thing. I'll have to talk to some of my friends. Boonwell Staff. There's a 109 staff. It's pretty trash, but I think it vendors for 10k. Holy Sword also vendors for a lot. Stonaja sells for a lot if you don't have a black major leveling. And then I think these give Fern Stones. Right? Plutons. Oh, don't need Stonaja. How many bailed am I getting from this? All it took Kula 3F is, I think that's Alabaster. All it took was me trying to give out an account to 2 people and being told no. I might have to wake up my daughter's account too. It's pretty powerful. Compared to this one anyway. So that's the first round. Various little things to sell, etc. I still have inventory slots. Hey, Alabaster. So we're going to warp out of here for now. And then we're going to go to the other spot so I can show you the other bonus. And let's warp with Shuko too. And yeah, so we're going to show you the Zelos Orb bonus then too. And we're going to do a couple of these too. The Zelos Orb is going to be, we're only doing one type of it. I mean, I could load the others, but the one is so profitable. Macrocosmic, we're going to want to kind of do some world traveling to make sure we get a few more. Rara might have to do some walking. But let's head to the next one. So this one, I might have to use a cape for Rara. We'll see. It might even yell at me. So we're going Chains of Promathia. Where is it? Did I pass it already? Oh, I did. Olgun Range. HP 2. And there's one that you're going to get from this with the Zelos Orb called Jurassic Park. Just run into the BC&M zone, switch over to Rara, and I gotta do this exact same thing. Yay, multi-boxing. It's not something I'm very, what's the word I'm looking for? Very fast at. Where's the chain? Original Zilla. Oh, it's because I haven't been there in chains yet. Okay, so Nexus Cape. We're gonna see if it lets me, and then worst case, I'm gonna have to teleport Basel over to Zarkabard, and then just ride a Chocobo a little bit up. Oh, for sure. Yeah, I personally I don't have enough gear with Rara set up and stuff yet for I consider her to be ready yet. Is an area beyond warping range or a place you have yet to visit. Boo! Teleport Basel. Score a little Chocobo ride to get to Olgun range. Okay. The sound went off because Shuko is in an area without any sound. And I don't want both sounds conflicting. Bearclaw Pinnacle doesn't have a ton of sound. Not until you load up the BC&M anyway. Oh yeah, Alabaster, I know. Send is really useful. But you gotta set it up, and a lot of your characters have to be using Lulas. Oh, I'm running the wrong way. But it is definitely useful to use, especially once you have more than two even. Once you have like a whole party, you can pretty much just have a button set of macros like, I need a cure character 2, please cure me. Or you even take it further. Do full-on botting and stuff like heal please and whatnot. I'm definitely not going to be taking things that far. But yeah, what was this one? One of my friends was telling me about where it's like he can turn on magnet. It's like a magnet effect, you know? And you can turn it on and off. And when it's on, they'll follow you. And when it's off, they'll just kind of stay put. I think that's super useful. But unfortunately, I mean, the absence of players too is definitely kind of worth my hand a little bit. When I can't even get into 3 people zones because of lack of turnout, that is definitely an issue. How close am I? Bang a right. Oh, crap. Down there. Here we go. I'm going to bet a pretty good chunk of change. I don't have the map to this. So we're blinding this off of a mini-map. Actually, hold on. Now that I'm in the zone... Or I should just be able to do a quick little boopy boop. Just keep. Bingo bango. Alright, now before I run in there and rush, where's the crystal? Here it is. Alright, so now Roro's got the crystal to be able to go back and forth between these BC and M areas I'm going to be farming. I'm going to drop her off here for now. Little park. Now this one is stupidly easy. So, if you even have a blue mage or something, I'm just going to stay on Dancer because I'm being lazy. But if you had a blue mage, you would just go in and just like cast Spectral Flow and win it in one hit. But you got a little bit of a cave to run through here. You'll start to wonder if you're like in the right area because there's a bunch of BC and M entrances for this. Oh, looks like there's already people farming it. And smart for them. So then you grab your orb, the Zelos orb. Trade it to the little tornado. Jurassic Park. I'll explain after with the loot why you want to do this. Little Chains of Promathia boss music this time. Oh yeah, that's a lot of loot. So, there's a treasure pool now. Because so many copies of Burst, Quake, Freeze dropped that Rara can't even grab them. So Shu's gonna lot at least the ones that Shu can. And then it's not like we each can hold copies of Burst, so... Switch to Rara. That's all. Alright, so... I'm gonna leave you go in here for a sec, because that music's badass. Let's look at the loot a bit, shall we? So... Alright, that's getting into... the warp ring, okay. So, as we get here... Oh, so much stuff dropped, I can't even see it all. Golden seed pouches, tornado, copies of birth, Penelope cloths. That's something I craft with a ton. Let's just look at Rara's inventory and I'll explain it to y'all. So, M Beetle Saliva. This is a gardening item. You can get a custom monster and monstrosity. Same thing with the golden seed pouch. Savern Blossom is a crafting item. Rala Visage is skirmish stuff. Penelope's Cloth is a crafting item. But this item here, this is why I came. Mog Coupon Eye Seal. When you trade one of these in, a dealer Moogle in any of the 3 main cities will give you all the seals you need to upgrade your Empyrean armor up to +1, And then from there, you'd be able to take it into the 109i level. And then once you beat Vigor, you need 119. And then it's ready for sortie upgrades, which is where the gear gets stupidly powerful for current times. So this would save you. Each of these coupons saves you farming notorious monsters for hours and hours and hours. And I am not exaggerating. Some of them are a little easier than others, but some of them are not, especially the body pieces. So what I'm going to do is run this a couple times till she has maybe like 20 or even more of these eye seals. But enough about that. Let's look at some of the rest. Balance card. This is something to take the gear to +2. Not interested. Same thing with stones, coins, cards. All that stuff's drop. For me, anyway. Ice Fell Well is crafting. Carapace Gorgeous for sale. Red Eyes. This is a cool lock style glasses. I'll probably keep this around, but it also dispenses angel wings once a day. And what else we got? Mushrooms, Hydra meat, and a bunch of vendor trash. Phalanx, if I hold this until this event is gone, Phalanx is actually really, really hard to get, Phalanx 1. So it's not a bad idea to keep a couple extra copies of these laying around. For non-bonus times, they can get up to 50,000 gil sometimes or more. That's all the gear that dropped from that one. So we're going to warp Rara out of here. And we're going to warp Chuko out of here. And then let's trade in and get some more orbs. The orb battle or the orb I use, Scubario? Well, I'll answer both questions then. So the orb is a Zelos orb. It is 30 high kindred crests from the brothers in Port Juno. And you can take it to a bunch of different places. But where you would want to take it for this, in my opinion, is Jurassic Park. It's a play on Jurassic Park, but with a T. Yeah, the battle is Jurassic Park. And it's at Warp 2 of the Chasm. Oh, I gotta drop my old ones first. So even though you use the orbs, they keep them in your inventory. So drop those bad boys. And then we're gonna come right here back to Shami again. That's why I save all my seals. Now, if you don't have any seals, but you happen to have some login points, that's okay. Go hit your login points guy. Every seal, it's 1 seal per 10 login points. So you can get 10 seals for 100, it says per 1 day. So you could pretty much, after 3 days, get into at least 1 Jurassic Park if you have 300 login points. We're gonna pick up another one here. Oh wait, I don't want any back. I meant to hit exchange, not retrieve. And so I'm grabbing the macro too. And I'm going to show you, I know it might be hard to see why the macro is valuable, but you'll see in a second when I vendor this trash. And then High Kindred Crests, Zelos Orb. You can also get bonuses for this Bia Orb down here for 50 crests, but frankly, it's not much more drops. And sometimes it's even less when you consider that it almost costs twice as many seals to get each pop. So I think the Zelos Orb is probably your best bang for buck. But I did used to use the Bia Orb. I like to go into the Galka's final area with the Antica and hit that one up, and there's a double dragons BCNM. If you damage one too much, the other one gets stupidly powerful. All right, so before we warp there and rinse and repeat here, let's do a quick little teleportation to a vendor and vendor all this trash. Oh, Weez waved to me. I missed it. I'll have to wave to him in Link Shell. Alright, so curio vendor, whatever one you have the highest fame with is fine. Not buy. Sell. And then wait for your inventory to load. Let's switch over to Rara and do her first, because I'm sure her inventory is loaded already. So then we're going to sell Freeze. We're even going to sell Phalanx too, because we're going to see other copies of it. All this stuff. Vendor, 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 vendor. If you're a cook, keep the Hydra meat or keep a stack if your server's selling it high at the moment. But frankly, you're going to see so much of this stuff that you just want to vendor, 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 vendor. And the Holy Sword, get 4 grand for that. Get 6.5 grand for the boon. See these hexts? Because I'm not a clothcraft person, those are getting vendored. Carapace Vorgate, vendored. Phoenix Feather is an upgrade item, so we're going to keep that. Ice Fellwell, I'm going to vendor that. Penelope Cloth, I'm keeping. And that's all the stuff you can vendor. Yes, I was running it on VD, but the prizes are still pretty good even at the lower difficulties. Especially, I'd say N, you start to see pretty decent prizes. Alright, so then Shuko's gonna dump Freeze, Quake, and Burst. And then, back to Jurassic Park. We're gonna do that one first since it's faster. Hologram range. Warp 2. We're gonna take Rara there. Run forward with Rara. Get the zone change. 2. And then back to the tornado. I need to trade the orb, actually. Zelos orb. And right here, Jurassic Park. Looks like we got another item that I've been wanting to get my hands on for her. Utsasemi ni. Also one of these things that only drops from here. Well, I mean, it does drop, or there's a quest and stuff too, and a bunch of work, but multiple copies, so... Grab that, a copy in the mail. Also, it's good vendor. I'm pretty sure she already got an Utsasemi ni in her inventory now. So she's not going to be able to use it. Take a quick peek. Yep, there's Utsasemi ni. And a whole bunch of ancient spells, another copy of Phalanx, Gigan Squid. Yeah. And Malize as well. So yeah, it can be kind of random. Oh, it looks like I got a Lumoria coupon. This is actually really good. This lets you get the sea god capes. There's a couple other stuff you could get, like, but they're not really worth it. But the sea god capes aren't too bad. And trash. So stones, we get rid of those, get rid of coins, get rid of jewels, get rid of cards. That's all Abyssia upgrade +1 stuff. But if you look, you see I got another 4 iCoupons. I'm at a total of 9 now. And is there anything else I want to trash? Got a couple HP bailed too. No, I don't see anything. Alright. I got a pass so Shu can get that stuff. What I should have did is I should have used, well, you know what? I'm going to try to be really clever here. Pass this one. And pass this one. Then, watch this. Because Rara doesn't have Utsasemi ni now, if I'm fast enough, I can go, quick learn it, come back and grab that second scroll for sale. Talk about being cheap. We're gonna change her to her ninja. Ninja sub. Exit area, and let's see if we can get back in there in time. Can I do it? I don't know, we're gonna find out. So what I'm going to need to do is get in there, use the scroll. The inventory is going to need to load enough for me to see the scroll, and then I need to lot on the additional scroll. I also probably could have sent it to myself, but I guess it depends on how fast you think things can go for people with menus and typing and stuff when the counter's going. Utsasemi ni. Oh, when I left the zone, she got it anyway, or it fell. Oh, whoops. Never mind. It's not in the inventory anymore. Oh well. Alright, let's warp out with Rara. Let's warp out with Shu. And then we are going to head to the next one. Might want to change Rara's sub back to Black Mage though. Okay, so for this next one, we're going to hit up the Agudo and Gideus. It depends on your definition, but yeah, definitely getting a lot of loot. Now for this one, it's the macrocosmic orb. Oh yes, definitely. Rara's getting a lot. She was getting a little gill on the side. And so we're gonna crank this up to VD for me. That got a little toasty there for a second, didn't it? Not completely. It's R20. Try more defensive gear, and if you don't have Niame, that's fine. Just lower the difficulty a little. That's okay. You don't have to go as fast as I do. You just slowly work your way up as you learn the battle and you try your trust setups and stuff, and go with what you can handle. And if that starts at VE, that's okay. It happens. I started on VE on these, and I worked my way up. Uh-oh. This is gonna hurt a little bit. Yeah, the Yaguda one is a bit dangerous, to say the least. Oh, you tried to put me to sleep, you scumbags. Alright, I might have to pop my 2-hour to survive this. Let's see, do I have my powers back? I do. Alright, here we go. Oh wait, no, that's the Benediction guy, not him. Ghost Fist first. Yeah, the Inami is great at R0. Don't feel bad. Just put it on and just try some stuff out. You're gonna be a little slower. You want to get like a haste belt or something to get yourself to the gear haste cap. But otherwise, yeah, you'd be fine. Any way you can get the Niame started. I try to run anybody through it as soon as they're ready. Yeah, you know, the only reason I got it is because I ran with Athen and friends Odyssey every day, and they got excited with me that it was something new, and eventually we kept checking out the new content every day it came out. It was like a slow grind. Alright, so there's a benediction. And that's why I saved this guy for last. So otherwise he would have healed everybody else. And woke them up and everything. Then clean up with the follow-up Rudra. Because he still has skill chain property on him. He can't heal that. Hit the chest. And enjoy the loot. I'll take a look and see what we got. I think I see cuffs on a list though, so that's cool. I can actually do stuff with that in Clothcraft. Yeah, you want to try them tonight if you're going to, because I believe these bonuses end in the next 24 hours at least, maybe even sooner. So, Shu got 5 Rem's Tales in Rem Chapter 5. Let's take a look at what Ra got. So we already saw the spells already. Looks like we got a Pluton case. Frayed Sack A1. A Milagari Ichi. Not that I'm going to be using that. I'll probably sell that. Whaling Stones. That's all stuff I can convert into other stuff. Hex Cuffs. I can use that in Clothcraft. Pinebill. Wootsor. Sparkling Stones sell in the auction house really good. 2 more heavy metals. Another Penelope's cloth. Getting rid of this abjuration. And a bunch more Rem's Tales. So they're all starting to stack up. I want to keep getting those 1 through 5s for sure. And yeah. Alright, so we're going to warp out with Ra. And then we got to get another warp set. So yeah, the one thing I was hoping to get off the Yagudo one, it's one of the harder fights, but sometimes they drop an Astral Signa, which was one of the best summoner staffs back in the day, and it's a crafting material that sells really high in the auction house because it makes the Gata, which is the SU2 summoner staff. It's probably one of the best summoner staffs in the game other than the Nirvana, especially at HQ. Sells for a hell of a lot too, like 30 mil. If you have a crafter that can actually make it. So, sell trash time. Got Shu there waiting for her inventory to load. So let's bring Ra over and get rid of some of that. So moving through, we're keeping the Penelope cloth because that's craftables, but you might want to sell it in the auction house if you're not a crafter or cloth craft. Wootor, it doesn't sell really good. Buffalo leather, not so much. We're going to keep the sparkling stone. Carapace gorget, we're going to sell. I'm going to check the price of the hex cuffs, but keeping it. Oh, the thermostaff dropped though. Well, that's good. Indy Malise, get rid of all this. Hydra, Flood, Burst, Quake, Freeze, Phalanx. Bye, bye, bye. Gil, give me all the free generated gil, because nobody's buying anything in the auction house anymore. Well, I'm being a little sarcastic, but the auction house is very slow. Alright. Rara's done. Double check Shu, I'm sure she has a couple spells. Uchisemi Ni. And... oh, that's that. Alright, so now Shu's gonna run back to Port Juno. And grab another macro and a Zelos orb. Rara's heading over to the chasm to get ready for that. Or the range. One other thing I'd point out about this bonus when it's up is usually these guys will only exchange crests 3 to 1, but when the bonus is up, they'll exchange them 2 to 1. Yeah, agreed. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's also Rama items that still sell, but it's just much slower than usual. So a great way to make gil is just to kind of generate it through the vendors with trash stuff. And this is a great thing to do over and over again and just sell the trash, and you'll even start to get some other items you want to keep. Like, for instance, let's teleport her out to Ulgan range, and I'll switch over to Rara for a sec here. And Rara, I think, only had like 20,000 gil when this started, or maybe 100,000 gil tops, but we're already at 300,000 gil, and counting. So, I mean, for barely any work, I'm already bringing in bank, and I don't have to rely on the auction house for this. And if my sparks, I already burned through my sparks cap for the week, so there isn't any other, no point doing that. So this is a good way to make gil still, when you're already done your sparks cap for the week, and you already have your auction houses full. So I'm going to run this set about 2 more times, I think, and then I'm probably going to set up for some power leveling. I want to try to get their Thief up to 100. Thief is a job that I'd say almost every character needs to have at 100 or 99, because there's so much you can do. Even if you have crap gear, thieves can make more gil than any job in the game. Zelos Orb. That's awesome to hear, Alabaster. It's an easy win. Let's crack open that chest. Ah. Solos are blah. I'm answering two questions at the same time. Diablo 4, I hear, is popular. And yeah, messing around is the fun stuff there, Scoobaru. That's what you try. You just try to do what you can in the day, you know? Sometimes there's friends doing stuff, and sometimes not so much. So let's pass the freeze for Shu. And let's see what we got. So no more HP failed. A few more Plutons, Midrium more. Another 5 Eye Seals. And then let's get rid of the Balance Coin, the Weight and Stone, the Vision Jewel, the Ardor Jewel. Ancient Beast Horns, Spiel Shaw, all good sell stuff. Dogwood Log. Oh yeah, that's a good one to sell too. Awesome. Look at all these spells. Another Phalanx, Flare, Tornado, Quake, Burst, Freeze. So it's good stuff. All right, so we're going to warp out with both of them. Freeze Ring's not up yet, so we're just going to take Rara to the next area. So this time we're going to beat up on the Turtle Man, the Kodav. And this park Rara right here. And switch back to Shu. See if this warp brings back up. It is. Great. Palborough Mines we go. I can't remember this turtle one very well. It's been a while. I definitely think there's a white mage in this. Macrocosmic Orb. Oh, and Scubaro, I was gonna say, don't feel too bad. I even lose on Ds and VDs sometimes. I think on a stream a couple weeks ago, I was taking requests and Shiva kicked my ass twice. Even the best players in the game lose sometimes. See, you take L sometimes. I can tell you what happened though. I got a little bit of drops there. Looks like, oh, a Caraboss gem too. Oh, nice. So, see that Shell Bash? That stunned me. I was down to about 280. Then another 120 and a 250 crit to death. No chance to waltz out of that while you're stunned. You can even actually still see the stun icon. in my enfeeblements over here. And I switched to my waltz set. Tried to waltz, but womps. No big deal. He takes some L's sometimes. Though I should have waited and let Rah-Rah rise me. But we're being impatient today. So, let's drop those orbs. Back to Port Juno. And go grab another set. Now, part of the reason that I'm kind of changing the BCNMs up a bit here is because I kind of want you guys just to see what each of them are and which ones are kind of more challenging versus easier, etc. Plus, when the bonus isn't up, to be honest, you have to hit various ones up anyway. So next up, what we're going to do is we're actually going to go to the Den of Rancor. And we are going to hit this one up. I'm going to have to walk Rah-Rah out there, though, and open the gate for them. I have Shuko chill here by the switch. Alright, Rah-Rah, you got your loot from this one. Not all of it, but enough. Let's go hit another. So since Rah-Rah doesn't have it, we're going to use the Unity Warp for Den of Rancor. Thank you, Igsley. You saved me so much walking, buddy. Hopefully we are close. Switch to Shuko. Hit the gate. Switch to Rah-Rah. Run through the gate. Get the home point crystal. Nice. We'll just park Rah-Rah right here. And now I'm going to show you which one. Maybe Weasel would agree with me on this one if he was on the stream. But I think this is the easiest macrocosmic orb fight. But there's also another one you could select that's one of the hardest. You get two choices. You either get the Aqueans, right? The Sahagin. Or you get the Tonberry. I don't know if you know your Final Fantasy history or not, but Tonberries are not fun to fight. And the more you kill them in this game, the more damage they will do to you. Macrocosmic Orb. So, Amphibian Assault, right? That would be the Sahagin and the one we're going to load. But Jungle Boogeyman is the Tonberry. Ah, the Zillert boss music this time. You don't want to attack the orange ones first, especially that one to the left of it, because that one with the hammer is the white mage. He needs to go down last. That looks like somebody's shooting off fireworks. Oh yeah, they are. Next up, the other blue Sahagin is a monk. The conch blower is a bard. That's the one we're going to want to go after next. Blower next. Let's scare them enough to get them to use their benediction. There it is. If you're very observant to my battle log, you'll notice the benediction didn't take off the step. Which is a very fascinating white mage note. Easy peasy. I'm gonna grab that chest. And let's take a look at the loot. And then off to another Jurassic Park, but that's a much quicker fight, as you guys see by now. I gave a bunch of Rem's Tales Chapter 1. Switch over to Rara, and let's take a look at what we got. If I actually brought her into the fight too, she would actually be having more of these, I think. But I'm just being a little distracted. If you're multi-boxing, you should bring your other character in, though. So let's see what we got here. Looks like no coupon eye seals. Oh, because I didn't do the thing. Aja Horn. Caraboss Gem. Alexandrite. Algus Lance. Yep. Oh, raise 3 too. This is all good stuff. You know what that means, right? Time to go sell it. Well, first for Shu, let's heal her. I did make a misplay, though. I gotta send Rara back. She is vendor trash that I gotta sell first, that I'll probably get copies of again. Back to Port Bastock. Just like that, another 100,000 go. I will say it's a little light for a run, believe it or not. All right, off to Olgan range. Switch for shoe and run forward. Then let's get Rah Rah in there too. Couple more Doom Dinos. Easy peasy, right? Yeah, the Zelos orbs definitely are a lot easier for even a lower level or gear player. But if you keep the macrocosmic orbs difficulty a little lower, they're very manageable as well. Quick burst flare, and I already have a high re-raiser, so womp womp on that front. Pass all. And let's take a look-ski. We're going to 11, 8, 10, 7, and 9. If she entered, it'd be a lot more than that, by the way. Looks like we're up to 5 heavy metals, 18 coupons. Another horn for sale. Oh, wait, no, it's a sale thing, but let's get rid of these stones, coins, all that balance, all Abyssia +2 stuff. And then it's looking pretty good. Beisetsu partial, breed sack, whole bunch of spells to sell. All right, time to go vendor some stuff on Rah Rah again. Still got a minute or two on Shoe's Warp Ring. Alright, so let's start dropping some of this stuff. Black Soul I should keep because I know there's cooks that want that all the time, but they haven't said anything to me in a while, so... Uh, not quite 100k on that one for that Zealous Orb. But then again, a lot more heavy metal plates and other things they're adding up. Gonna take her back out to Ologren for now and get her ready. She needs to get another set of orbs. Then we're gonna get high tech and smart about this instead of waiting on the warp rings. I'm still 98 seconds on choose warp ring. So let's run Rah-Rah all the way up so they can actually enter the BCNM and be with Shu and do a D2. Not necessary, but definitely speeds things up a bit. And sorry if you all hear fireworks in the background. I hope my noise cancellation is catching it. We got about a minute to wait while the warp ring's going, so I'm going to take a sip of my drink. And let's keep going. Oh, thank God, finally. But yeah, I try to trade every orb I get to Osim, or not Osim, but those brothers in Port Juno, and just keep them until it's bonus month, unless you absolutely need Rem's Tails, and then you can turn them into Gil and Rem's Tails. Neo Nisal Isle is also up, so if I didn't have any seals left, I would do Neo Nisal Isle instead for my random grind. Tommy, I need another set. I know. Oh, not Shimo. Tommy. And we're heading back. So this time I'm going to do it properly. For a multi-boxer anyway. Shoes going in, switch to Rah-Rah. Send Rah-Rah in as well. That way Rah-Rah can D2 us at the end. Bio Elixir 2, I go through those all the time. Mr. Rah-Rah. Asshole. Give Shu a D2. Let's take a quick look at the loot. Meisetsu. Help. Bunch of vendor stuff. 4 more eye seals, so that crosses me into the 20 that I wanted to get to for this season. And I gotta get rid of some of these stones. Ardor Stone, Vision Stone, Whedon Stone. Whedon's card, Voyage card, all that dumb crap. It's not dumb, I mean, it existed back then. I got another Lunoria cape, that's good. Steel Ignet. Frailty sells for a lot. And a whole mess of spells and dragon stuff. Back to the vendor. Oh, we're over 500k now on Gil. Alright, in this case, I don't think I have the next warp Rara is going to need for the next BCNM I want to try. Yep, alright, so I need to go to Lower Juno, and we're going to pay them to send me there. At the Tenshoto, once you've gotten level 99, you can pay them to get teleported to all the original BCNM areas. Super handy. Save yourself a lot of walking. Gonna teach y'all a little trick today. I might be off, but I'm pretty sure it's Horleus Peak. Let's find out. Oh. I had to run back and save that home point. Let's get Shuko out there. Work fight, yes, please. Oh, apparently I've never done this one before. Ooh, so I gotta do it normal. Let's get out the standard pack. This one's not too bad. He invincible. The bastard. Alright, I'll switch to a target. Easy peasy. Alright, so I'm going to pick up one more Zelos orb for good measure for Rah-Rah just in case it does end today. And then I'm going to park her out with my Thief and start some power leveling. Might do that for a little teeny bit, and then we'll probably end the stream on that note. Doesn't look like there's any loot that Shu's going to need to lot, so let's take a look at the prize. Lots of Ramtails. So many. All over 10 at this point. Aja Horn. Sparkling Stone. Another Phoenix Feather. Boost of it. Honestly, that was kind of weak sauce. What drop? Jeez. Must have been a billion Ramtails. Oh, yeah. So many Ramtails. Okay, so that one was a massive Ramtail dump, so I don't know if the Orcs ones are good for that or not. Sometimes you just get kind of fluky luck. It's pretty random, honestly. I'll have to get one more Zelos orb. I gotta drop the old ones first. I'm just getting a Zelos orb this time. Alright. Then let's get Rah-Rah in there too. I don't need to fight with Rah-Rah. Let's get Shu in there. Nice, got them all at once finally. Could be a little tricky unless you're in your blue mage. Extra copy of Phalanx must have dropped. What do we get? Get rid of those. Another Loom coupon. And it looks like 5 more ice eels. Perfect. Holistic W, Wyvern Scale. Beetle Jaws. Oh, Scarlet Tidor. I always like those. This is a Vinny Potta Pop item. And a whole mess of spells to sell. Excellent. And then we're going to want to change Shu to Blue Mage for the power leveling. Not delivery box. Blue mage, sub black mage. I'll switch to Rah-Rah and dump that inventory that I still had from that last Zelos orb. Almost up to 600k then. But we got Rah-Rah to Thief now. Thief sub Corsair. And we are going to bring them into the Esha. Oh. The Setsu tree is really rare. Well, I'm too low level, I don't want to mess with it, but yeah, the Setsu tree. That's a notorious monster you don't see in Kofim every day. Now for this, I like to go to work too. There's a bunch of places you can do this, Racing Gmo, wherever. I have made a video about this on my channel if you want to check me out talking about it. But the basics pretty much are park by the rocks and two. You're generally safe from the dragons and the pooks. I got a ring active still. And then I think it's recharge after this amount of time. Yeah, it's been 2 hours. So I'll be able to use it again. And then with some Corsair rolls, might be able to get some decent progress. One other thing we're going to do is we're going to let Rah-Rah take leader, so Rah-Rah can summon Koopafried. One last thing I'm going to be doing here. So I got to get a Mollifier. It's 500 silt for the person doing the actual killing. This prevents notorious monsters from appearing in here. In this case, we're trying to avoid Beast. Oh, do I, Seraphina? I thought I labeled it differently. I could probably fix that. Hold up. Thanks for the heads up. Got it. It should be good now. I have been playing 16 a lot. I finished it. And I even did some post-game. Apparently I beat the hardest monster in the game. The secret, or not, this one of the secret marks or whatever. He's like level 50. He's the highest level monster in the game in normal mode, non-Final Fantasy mode. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, should I keep streaming this? I mean, I already beat the hardest dude. Oh, it looks like somebody's out here already. Yeah, there is. So, let's check the north camp. Oh, they're not even really pulling that seriously. Where are you? Who are you even power leveling? 1, 2, 3. It appears like somebody's already taking this camp. And I think I'm out of time. Yep, somebody definitely has this camp for now. That's okay. Yeah, Stealth Kitty. I'm gonna grab a couple of these just to do a quick demo, because they're up there. Oh yeah, somebody else is here too. Oh boy. I got people wanting to mess with me now. No, I'm gonna do one little pool. People might be trying to troll me. They're like, oh, she's gonna try power leveling? Nope. That's okay. I can do it unannounced laters. The gist is you run through in a set that you can still get hit enough, because if they can't hit you for 2 minutes, they're gonna reset. And then you scoop them all up. Now, granted, there's competition here, so I'm not gonna keep this up. I'm just gonna do one pull and then we're gonna wrap up the stream for the day. But then you take them, bring them back to your camp. Dream flower. Put them all to sleep. I usually like to do a burst affinity into a tenebral crush, but spectral flow is another good one. And then you just eliminate all those dragons. And Tomb is really good too. And then we pop over to Rara over here. Oh, looks like somebody got killed by pulling too much stuff. Yep. So, Rara is now at level 4 from level 1. The ring is still active, and you can keep doing this all the way to 99, and it's goes pretty fast with Corsair rolls. Once it's level 10, you would get Corsair roll with Thief Sub Corsair, and then you keep rolling with them and use as many rings as you can get. Have a Blue Mage or a Beast or anybody can do any good AoE damage that's not wind. This is why I don't bring my Dancer out here, because Aeolian Edge will heal these pooks. And then you just scoop all these guys up. I'm just gonna do a small pull. You can pull pretty much as you can handle. Do tests to see how many of them you can handle. I could actually grab this whole area, but it gets a little dangerous. Plus there's competition, so I'm not gonna try to piss off too many peeps. again. Target, get a target on one. Dream Flower. A little bit of Burst Affinity to raise that damage of the spell. Oh geez, my Burst Affinity just came off cooldown. And then Cerebral Crush. Boom. Level 8. Now granted, it goes a lot faster when there's not as much competition. But guys, I think that's all we have for today. I was explaining the macro orbs and the other orbs. So in this case, the Zelos orbs. And yeah, Ra made about, what, 600k off of just doing some easy farming? Some stuff any job could pretty much handle. Yeah, about 600k. And a whole mess of these. Hours and hours and hours and hours of having to do Abyssia farming to upgrade your Empyrean gear. You don't even have to walk into Abyssia to upgrade it at all. You just walk in to buy it, walk out, go get your dealer Moogle, then go over to the Moogle to upgrade it, and you're done. So then you take it over to Juno and get it to eye level 109, and yeah, at that point you might need some Abyssia if you don't get lucky on drops, but that's a lot of Abyssia skipping, let me tell you. So thank you for joining me, everybody. And let's switch back to Room. I had a lot of fun today. I know some people have probably been wondering if I was ever going to stream Final Fantasy XI again. But it is definitely one of my primary grind games. And I'll probably play it till the servers go down. Yeah, it went really well. I mean, well, it's a solo stream, so yeah, but I have to go pick people up. I remember I've said in previous things, I only have so many windows, so in theory I could stream again, but we're just going to keep it light today, especially after all the streaming that I've done this week with the 16 playthrough. But I hope that people can learn something from this video, and definitely know these bonuses are ending in the next 24 hours, so you want to take as much advantage of them as you can. Well, everybody, thanks, and I'll see you next time, okay? Take care.